Let me first of all thank Pastor and his wife, his beautiful wife. And lovely and very caring. And whoever cooked some food, God bless you. Sister Shola, God bless you. I'm not a big eater, but I did a little bit. I want to thank all the elders of the church. I want to appreciate everyone. Without you, there's no church. Say to yourself, without me, there's no church. Yeah, sometimes we have to reiterate it to ourselves. We just have chairs. Once we leave here, there is no church. It's the building. So you are the church. So thank you for supporting everybody. Greetings from my husband. We'll come together someday by the grace of God. All protocols observed. I'm not very good at observing protocol, but we appreciate God. Pardon me if I miss anybody. I said, usually, when I want to teach marriage, I tend to do it more in seminars when we have. But somehow I was writing something for 2020 Sunday school book, as God laid it on my heart, called The School of Marriage. I said, everybody got executive integrity. When I saw that brother come out and talk about his wife, I said, God, this drama guy is connected to the Spirit. And then that gave me reassurance of what I wanted to speak about this morning. Don't lose, even if you're not married, don't lose. I don't want to lose you. You're going to gain something. Parents, save it. Teach it to the children. Teach it again. What I'm going to teach today by the grace of God. We're going to talk about the school of marriage. Now I'm going to miss the children. They are not here. I love them. They usually help you. They make the thing easier and break it down for you. I want to present to you, I'm not sure whether Pastor still remembers this. I think it must have been about 2003 book or 2002 book, when we talked about the school of marriage. I want to present marriage to you in the form of a school. And I don't want to lose anybody. I want you to come along with me very closely. If you got the concept, it will solve a lot of issues in marriage. Whether you've been married for 30 years, I've been married, I think it's going to be 31 years I got married this year, by the grace of God. Thank God for my husband. He wasn't, when we say Jim, when we started. But the man is fire now, by the grace of God. I want to talk about the school of marriage. And I want you to follow me very closely. It's going to be easy because we are all familiar with the concept of school. Everybody knows that when you go to, number one, how do you get about going to school? What is it? We desire to read more. We desire to aspire more, to do more. The title is School of Marriage. I wanted to start first. Maybe I should read the scripture first. But don't lose me on that scripture. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21 to 32. I'm going to read from the New Living Translation. Verse 21. A lot of times when we talk in church, we miss verse 21. We start from 22. We start from 22. We're going to start from verse 21. Verse 21 says, and furthermore, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. We are submitting to one another. Follow me very closely. I'm going to balance the teaching very well so women don't go about yet. He said, verse 21, that we don't read first when we start to teach about submission. We omit a vital part. He said we should submit to one another in reverence for Christ. So we are reverencing Christ. That is the reason for submission. So there's something that is called My husband likes to call it mutual submission. Men, don't kill me yet. Because he says submit to what? One another. In reverence for Christ. And then he goes to 22. He said for wives. This means, so it starts to explain what it means to the wife and what it means to the man. That's submission. He said for wives, this is the meaning of this submission to you. Submit to your husband as to the Lord. As if you are submitting to Jesus Christ the Lord. So the standard of submission of a woman is as to the Lord. Not as to the culture of where I'm coming from or the culture of where I am. Otherwise, submission will vary by culture. Are you following me? But the standard of the Lord is one. Whether you are a Christian in New York or in Texas, submission to the Lord is to the Lord. Because there's only one Lord. There's no Lord of Texas and Lord of New York. Talk less of Lord of Cameroon or Ivory Coast or Nigeria or Trinidad. You get it? So there's a standard for the submission. It's as unto the Lord. So it does not change. I'm going somewhere. A lot of us define submission by reason of our culture. This is how women are supposed to do in my culture. Am I making sense? So when the woman is not doing according to how it is done in my culture, I will run into trouble. And what happens is many men will run into trouble. Because if you base that thing on your culture, when that woman now moves to a Western culture, and wants to do it according to the culture of that place, you have an issue. The issue arose because the standard of your submission was misplaced from the beginning. The standard of the submission is as to the Lord. Then he said, okay, for a husband is the head of his wife as Christ is head of the church. He says something. As Christ is head of the church. Right? So the standard for headship is the standard of Christ as the head of the church. Not the standard of dictates of what my culture says headship is. Thank you. Everybody is attentive. I love it. God bless you. I'm moving somewhere. As the church submits to Christ, so wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Is the church perfectly completed the submission in everything? Talk to me. It's okay to talk. This church of God, you are part of the church. Oh. Have you submitted to Christ in everything as Christ wants? School of marriage. He said we should submit. As we submit, right? Should is English word there. I paid for my own English too, sir. But should gives me an impression of how it's supposed to be done. It does not necessarily mean it has been completed or completely done that way. We're still working together, right? So when the woman is supposed to submit as Christ submits to the church, it means just in the same way you may see church exhibit some non-submission in some area, you may see that woman exhibit something in some area. It does not mean that woman is all bad. You following me? And if Christ did not throw away the church, despite is not complete as it should, if I am heading my house as Christ heads the church, I will not throw her away. So there's a definition there. that we are not following. The trouble has been arising because our cultures have been dictating the standard. Mothers, I said, follow me because you are mother-in-laws somewhere. And the contribution we put can make or make the house. And some of us are sister-in-laws. And he said for husbands, it's now said, this is the meaning of what I'm saying in verse 21. This submit to one another. For husband, what it means to you, love your wife just as Christ loved it. How did Christ love it? They were sinners. He came to die for them. They were not behaving well. He died for their sin. They were not doing good. He made reconciliation. He went to heaven. He said, don't sin. But if you sin, I made a solution. He made every provision to ensure that that bride stays with him. You love, you head as Christ does for the church. So when you expect that woman to respect and submit, and he did submit her, this is what the church does for Jesus. They don't complete the thing. Anyway, my intention is that you submit. But as Jesus did, he said, don't sin. And we still sin. He made provision for the fall. He made provision for the mistake. So, okay, I am the head as Jesus is head. That's how I will love you unconditionally. So I said, that is what it means. And he washed him to make her holy. So Jesus is still washing. He's still washing. He said, this bride, you must be perfect. He will still be washing. If you make mistake, I will wash this one. Today we display anger. We say, I said, don't be angry, but sin not. I will still wash you. Are you getting it, sir? So as I said, that is why. That is the standard of the love that you should have. It's not how your father loved your mother. No, that's not the standard. It's not how your uncle who raised you raised the people in the house. No, that's not the standard. There is a standard. And the standard, if you are blowing tongues, you better blow it in this area too. There is a standard. Your love standard is based on what Christ does for the church. And what did he do? He left everything he had. He sacrificed it for this bride. And he keeps washing her. No, I want you to be like this wife. So because I will pay the price, I will do what it takes to make you be what I want you to look like. So it's not that I have told you. You will not hear. You will not change. You will not move. You will not do. No, there's a standard. So if you really get it as a man, it's a lot of enormous responsibility. And Jesus will be taking the blame. What did he do? He went to take the sin of the whole world on the cross. That means he took everybody's blame. He said, I'm the one. Crucify me instead of her. Huh? No, leave her. Don't crucify me. God will help us. I laid the foundation. He said, that is, let me jump. Let's go to the school now. What do we do before we get to school? You look for the school. Yeah? That you are going to go. Otherwise, there are many schools to go to. But you look for the school you are going to go. So that is why, my unmarried brethren, Proverbs 18:22 says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing. The same way you are looking for school, then you will look for a wife. The difference, however, is when you are a Christian, you don't keep doing trial and error. You have the Holy Spirit to guide you and say, this is the best one to find. You have the Holy Spirit to lead you to say, this is the best way to go. So, the same school of marriage, you look, you find. And remember, it says the person who finds a wife finds a good thing. So, if you have found one, you are the person who went to find. Grandmas, be very careful when you find for people, so that they don't come and blame you. That you are the one who found her for me. That's why she's doing. Anyway, if they found her for you, you accepted her. So don't blame no mother or no father. Because you accepted. You understand the story. You accepted. Once you have accepted, you have accepted. So you look for the person. The Holy Spirit guides us. But there are some things. How do we determine where we're going to go to school? Talk to me. Give me quickly. What are some of the things you consider when you are thinking about school? Quick. Either for you or for the children. Quick. Location, price. Somebody say price. Yes. The cost, yeah. The standard, absolutely, yeah. The distance, you are doing excellently well. I'm going to relate it very well to you to marriage. So when you want to marry, location comes in. Do I love long distance relationship? Do I want to pay phone bills to be calling the person? When I'm calling on phone, will I trust what the person is doing? Do you get it? School of marriage. You begin to ask yourself, how does location affect school of marriage again? It affects where are we going to live? Are we going to live close to our work? In school. Are we going to live far from our work? Are we going to live closer to church? My office is very close to my church. Because you know why? Number one, I said these people in this area need a private doctor's office. 1. 2, part of the ways I distress is prayer. So I'm able to walk to church 3-4 minutes and go there and pray. That's part of my own reason why I'm there. So you begin to ask yourself. You ask yourself, is the person available? Am I available to take the children to school? Am I available to go there? You ask yourself, what does it cost? Many people are in school of marriage without counting costs. My brother, it will cost you friends. It will cost you some friends you don't need to have. It will cost you the old girlfriends. Leave them alone. Don't take them off your WhatsApp page. Don't be Facebook friends to them. That's part of the costs that is going to cost you. You get what you get the school now. You see how we are relating the school to the thing. It will cost you your ego. How do you speak to me like that? That's not what Jesus did, sir. Jesus didn't say, I am the most and highly exalted. He said, despite how exalted he was, he chose to take a lower form. And in taking a lower form, submitted himself. So part of the school of marriage is that determines which school we are going is the cost of that person. So somebody said you will check the standard of the school. So in the school of marriage, this one to people before you marry, so we can balance the teaching. You need background check. Background check. And what does it mean? You need to know who this person is. Not the one that put the powder and came to church on Sunday and our heart is this and holy, 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 holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy is the Lord. That one is the Sunday spiritual check. There's some other background check that is necessary. Where is he coming from? Who is his mom? Who is his dad? What does he believe in? He believes in, I love that drama. The one they gave seed and manufactured it. And manufactured the one they didn't give him. Is it the one that say he gave his wife and his wife is able to help him consult and, do all whatever it takes to get to the thing? Those are part of the things you do. We ask ourselves, what is the graduation rate in the school? What is the part of the school of marriage? You will be asking yourself, how many people in their house married and stay married? That's part of telling you the values of the place. That's part of what you are checking on. What do they believe in? When they marry, there, what is their reputation amongst people there? Because if you will change your name to somebody's name, you need to be careful. Do you understand the school of marriage? How you take something in school. Young people, he's sagging his band and he's moving. Hey, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool now. His coolness, can he put money in anything? That is part of the things we consider as we go to school. So you do your background work. and you do all the background check. If you're already in it, your background check is finished. What you are doing now is balancing equation. That's your own. Whether you say, oh, that I should have checked. No, there's no need to go back. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, I love 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Sometimes I fall in love with this New Living Translation. He said, don't team up with those who are unbelievers. How can righteousness be a partner of wickedness? How can light live with darkness? What harmony? What does it mean? What is that saying? What is that thing teaching you? It's telling you that you are going to form a team in your school of marriage. You are forming a team. So you need to open your eyes and determine who is going to be a member of your team. That's what the school of marriage is saying there. Because it's asking you from the beginning, are you planning to set up your team for failure, or are you planning to set up your team for success? That's what it's saying. Don't be yoked with a believer. The unbeliever, the in God righteous, is saying, listen, you are going to form a team. Who do you want in your team? A winning one or a failing one? You understand what we are talking about? School of marriage. That is what he's saying in that place. We found out the cost. It doesn't mean you cannot. You know, I tell the youth in my church, they know my slogan. Let your love have eyes. I told them, let it have ears. And I said, make sure his legs are working. In case he needs to walk out of that dating relationship, let it work. For as long as you have not said, I do on the altar, there's nothing, I don't care whether nothing says you must remain in that relationship. So I tell them, don't shut your ears at all. When you begin to hear this and hear this and hear this, it is time. School of marriage say, what am I hearing? And so they know me. They say, Dr. we know. Let your love have eyes. Let your love have ears. And let it have legs. If you must walk, let it walk away. I said, that's okay. If that's what you like. So you are following me, right? Now we've done all those things. Then we formally enroll in school, right? You cannot say, I love a school and never enroll in it and be carrying your bag and say, oh, I'm going to Harvard. I'm going to Harvard. Every day you go there. You parade in their college and you come out. Are you a member of the school? No. Are you expecting a degree? That is people who are in relationships undefined, my sisters. And the person says, believing with me, undefined relationship, say we are in relationship. We are in relationship. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. That is a person who is attending like the gate man of the school, never enrolled, not going anywhere. You must enroll in the school. Because enrollment brings commitment. And it brings determination to say, okay, I know I came for something. So if somebody has made you to be attending school without enrollment, when you get back, say, my brother, the preacher says we must be enrolled. When is this enrollment happening? Ask. When is this enrollment happening? I want to put on the gown for... When we enroll and we go, what do they call it? In my country, they call it matriculation. What do they call it here? Help me, young people. When you go to college the first time and they do big ceremony, what do they call it? I know that's Nigerian name. It's not in America. It's not matriculation in US. Which one is commencement? What's the one we go? They call it something. It's not matriculation. I forgot to ask the children, pardon me. I didn't perfect my job. Because I went for everybody, so I put on gown. Whatever. Enroll, put on the gown, take the picture. That's the day you copy. It don't have to be many people. I followed some brethren before. Thank God the wedding is only me and them. I went to sign. They said, when she was giving the testimony 25 years, I said, oh, Dr. Dairo signed our. I said, God, I thank you. 20 years. I said, God, I thank you. The thing is still standing. That's how they would have been saying Dr. Dairo was the person who signed the register. Be enrolled. And when you enroll in school, that is why the Bible says a man must leave his parents and cleave to his wife. Please, let one couple come, please. Couple. Husband and wife, please come. I want to demonstrate something. God bless you. You are both, Jerry. God bless you. I need, Mommy, please come, ma. I need an elderly. Yes, ma. They are husband and wife. They are holding her. Let's assume this is mommy. Hold mommy. Hold mommy. Try to hold her. Try to hold her. Hey, hold. Try. No, give your hand. Mommy, pull him that way. Pull him this way. What happened? He never left mommy. Separate. He was mommy's boy. When you enroll in school, your mind must be in school to pass. When you don't leave mommy, mommy will pull you. You can never cleave to that woman. Because why? Mommy will pull. She will pull. And if you are not careful, you are in between two women and God help you. Amen. Mommy, sit down. If you don't live that way, you never can cleave. If you don't remember anything I said, remember the picture. And you need to live in all ways. Emotionally, psychologically, physically, and financially. Go sit down, sir. Many people cannot progress beyond enrollment because they refuse to leave. So they sit down in mommy's house, but they are enrolled in school. How many students sit down in their house and pass? Don't mind this online. Some of the online things is good, but you must still sit by the computer and read the course. There are some of us are still old school. I'm young, but I'm still old school. If you say everything you did is online. Young people, you are 20 years old and now your school is online. I will query you. What happened that you couldn't carry your leg to class? What were you doing in your house that you couldn't go? That thing is very questionable. So you must be enrolled formally. You must be willing to be committed to school. That's the living. Honey. What do you expect in school? Determination to succeed. Because school is tough. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. In the same way in the school of marriage, except you determine to succeed, there are many things crying don't succeed. Many distractions, many complaints, many murmurers, many grumblers, many people who will say you are imperfect. You understand what I'm saying? Your determination to succeed is part of what we carry you to. Just as you determine I must come out with degree in this school, come what may. I didn't come here to waste my money. They didn't send me here to come and play. If you apply that tenacity to marriage, you will succeed. The problem is a lot of us feel there is alternative to this school. The divorce is lingering there. The lawyer is calling every day. There's another sister. God will help brethren. Sister. And we will all be shouting hallelujah. We want to marry another person's husband. He said, God, I told you. Which God told you to marry another married person? So you have been praying they should divorce since. God will help us. Thank God for God. So you must determine today. What are some of the things? Let me speed it up. That we see in school. We have teachers and professors, right? Yeah? Yeah? We all agree. There are some teachers you can't choose. Right? You bear me witness. God bless you. So I'm not lying. Those teachers you can't choose in the school of marriage, equal God and the Holy Spirit. You can't choose them. Those teachers of compulsory courses, and you know they have the way they do those professors. Maybe only that is only that one teaching that compulsory course. And if you don't take that compulsory class, you are not graduating. So 0, God bless you. When you refuse the Holy Spirit as teacher, and you refuse God's principle as teacher in school of marriage, you are not graduating anything. There are some teachers you can choose. When we go to class, so this teacher, let me see what students say. Those are the ones you can choose. In school of marriage, those are the people you choose as mentors. Who is it that advises you in marriage? Those are teachers you can choose. Your father? Is it your mother? Is it your brother? Is it your divorced friend? That's your best friend that tells you how to take care of your wife. Or your uncle that chases his wife out of his house. Or your brother that says, I can't take anything. Let me tell you a story. One of our sisters have been housewife before. Whether you call it homemaker, whether you call it housewife, whatever. I was sitting at house and not going to work before when I came to this country. Learned. By this grace of God, I'm a very learned person. I have a couple of degrees. The sister was housewife like me. That time we were not, we didn't have work. Because my husband said, I had 3 children. We came in with 3 children. My husband said, hey, if you go and work with these 3 children, you better be writing your check to the babysitter. And you won't have time to read and pass this exam. So the friend went to the sister's house and saw, oh God. You see, when you see, sisters, when you see some of us enjoying, we have worked. A lot of people love enjoyment, but they're not willing to pay the price. In those days, when I was housewife, if I didn't tell you I was housewife, 2 years, I was head of department of a department in a state, in Lagos State, when I was coming. From that, I dropped to be housewife. If you call it drop, I think to me it was drop. You can call it anything else. And in those days, my husband don't need to lift finger. All clothes washed. You know, I was a bush woman. I'm coming from Nigeria with my hand. Like that. They know I don't like ironing in my house. So my husband loves to iron. So I can wash everything. Everything set. Clothes set. Underwear set. Everything washed, neat. Like that. My friend was doing the same thing in the bar. Her friend can say, yeah, I can't take this. So this is what you are doing. She said, maybe. Then one day she paid surprise visit to the friend who said she can't take. Met the friend washing the husband's clothes. He said, the thing she said she could not take. I'm talking of choosing your teachers in school of marriage. If you choose the wrong person, you're on the way out of the place. Let's read Proverbs chapter 3, verse 20. Proverbs 13, 20. He said the person who walks with the wise, he will be wise. I expected him to say the person who walks with fool will be foolish. But he said the person who walks with fools will be destroyed. So if you walk, this one says, but a companion of fool will suffer harm. If the teachers you choose in your own school of marriage are the wrong ones, you will suffer harm. That's what the Bible is saying. So many marriages have suffered harm, not because the people are completely bad, sir. They chose the wrong teachers, and they worked with the wrong teachers, so they suffered harm. The other one says they will be destroyed. So, but if you choose to stay successful, then you will have to keep the good teachers. So my sisters, my brothers, who is advising you? Let me tell you, I don't care who it is. Whether his mom is that, anybody who just come and advise you, divorce her, throw them away. They are not good teachers. They are not good teachers. Were they there when she was suffering with you, or you were suffering together? And you know what I've learned a lot of times? Go and check most marriages that divorce. They did not divorce when they had nothing, ma. When they had one room. And all of us were sharing the one room. We had to put our shoe, everybody trying to make room. Hardly do they divorce at that stage. It is when the room becomes 3 or 2. Now this is my room. This is your room. Don't sleep in my room. It is when the thing is supposed to be getting better that the devil brings the trouble, and people don't get it. It's a design to make you begin again from scratch. You think you are dealing with the woman. You are dealing with yourself. That's why the Bible says, any man that loves his wife really loves himself, not her. So if they tell you, kick her out, tell her, I love myself. I'm not kicking her. I don't want to go and begin again. Begin from where? From where? Say, I will cope. You will cope. Then you want to be going around. Be suffering. Back to square one. Room one. This one. Begin. No, not me. I have suffered enough. I paid my own. I push karma as doctor. You park the car on free like this. Nigeria. So that it's easy to push like that. After I push the thing, then when they are writing the one you press and start, and I say carry back to we will sit down there together. I have done my due diligence of pushing. Nobody coming. And I tell the sisters, I say, listen. He said, he spoke to somebody. I'm not giving license to go out to. I'm going. Going where? So that the person he spoke to, you can give the person room to come here. No way. There are other things we see in church, in school. There are core assignments. There are core projects. There are core courses. You don't pass course, you are going nowhere. So the core course, that's why I read that passage first. The core course in marriage to a woman is submission. The core course to a man in marriage, love your wife. If you can master those 2 courses, the thing will be right. What else do we do in school? We meet with other students. My brother, did you know every student that was coming to your school? Why did you not leave school when you didn't know them? You left school and went to another school and saw the ones you knew from your village there again. In school, you meet other students. You don't know who they are. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know their personality. Same thing in school of marriage, man. The in-laws you are fighting are the other students in the school. Am I making sense? You never lived with them. You don't know their personality. You don't know what they are capable of doing or not doing. Those are the other students in the school. And if you did not leave your school, but ensure you got your degree, despite that nonsense classmate of yours who comes annoyed and disturbed, why do you want to leave your own school of marriage because of the in-law that is another student? Is it becoming easier now? So when they act up, just say, it's another student that I didn't know before. It's not going to stop me from taking my own certificate. It's okay. Just act out. When you finish acting, you cannot take the professor away. I will still learn. That's all. Do you understand? You get it? Because these are people we meet in day-to-day life and we cope with. But we suddenly get inside the house, we cannot cope. And you know what is interesting? Even the student you thought you knew, until you become husband and wife, then you will know you didn't know. That spouse, you only knew as, hey, hi, how you doing? You know whether he snores? You don't know. When he sleeps and he snores, then you will know. That is another student. You know how I categorize that student in the school of marriage? You know in school, sometimes they make us do projects. And they group you together. And they put you with some nonsensical ones who will not lift their hand to do anything. And you must finish the project. You must submit. Because you don't want to fail. If it means doing all the work, you will do it. Just let this thing finish. When that spouse is misbehaving, that is the other student they gave you in a compulsory project that must finish. So the same way you now figure out how to deal with those students and just make sure this project is done, you will figure out how to deal with this student. But at the end of it, this project must be done. That is the other students there. What else do we do? We have textbooks there. We have reference materials. The Bible is the textbook. It's like this book of the law. it mustn't depart from your mouth. But you must read it. Meditate. Not just to meditate, to do what is written there. What is it else that we do in the school of marriage? We go there to be taught, right? And we go there to acquire skills. My brother, I know you saw the way mommy raised you. Who taught you special parenting skill and you suddenly found yourself parent? That is school of marriage. The school begins to teach you courses you didn't learn before. So the school of marriage, all those things you are calling, those are the courses you are there to learn. What do we do in school? There are different courses there. So in the school of marriage, there is finance 101. When you finish passing 101, I say I'm 31 years in marriage. My own course in finance is retirement, maybe 202. Do you understand? So the courses never finish, oh. Never. There will be in-law. I don't know where that one ends. There's 011, 101, 201, 301. In-law by level by level. Even at 30 years, you will see in-law, maybe it's 301. They will show up. So all the things that we are calling, they are the causes. Anger. When you see anger, that's another cause. You see display. Or if you see the person, they put salt in food. And the salt is, oh, bless the Lord. Oh, my soul. It's as sweet as the salt of the earth. The person is salting is the salt of the earth that day. That is cooking lesson. So all the things we are saying this, they are the courses in the school. And we must learn them. Because that's school. That's why we enrolled in the school. It was not perfect. There are rewards. There's test. I mustn't forget test. I must be rounding on 5 minutes. There is test in school. You don't get promoted except you do test. Is it not right? So in the school of marriage, sir, all the things we are calling problem is the test. When the anger shows up, it's testing you, not the person. And tests are not meant to make you fail. They are meant to promote you to the next level. So everything you call trouble, and I want you to flip your mind back. Everything you are calling trouble and problem in that marriage, in that relationship, is the test. All you need to do is learn how to study for it and how to pass it. So it's not trouble. My brother, it's not trouble. It's the test. And you just say to yourself, okay, this is finance test. When the woman just takes your card and just goes buy some things you didn't send them to buy. My husband is very interesting. He said, when you were not working, my credit card knew it. That means when I was not working. He said, even my children, once there's a particular dress I brought from my country. Once they see me, they say, Mommy, you put on your shopping dress, you are going shopping. I knew every street and corner of Manhattan in New York. There was nothing to do. I would read and I'm tired, I go on the street. Then when I started working, I said, my husband's very interesting. He said, even now you are working, you don't even have time to spend your own money, talk less of anybody else's car. I was so tired. I couldn't even go anywhere at all. So all the things you are calling problem are the tests. And it's a question of whether you will pass or you will not pass. But my prayer is you will not fail. So don't get worked up again. When a new test shows up, it will never end in school. You understand? That's it. There are rewards. What do I call rewards in the school of marriage? That relationship is your practical ground of Christianity. I will explain myself. It is easy to teach her. Oh, if they offend you, forgive. You can pray. As well, teachers, be very careful. That woman in your house, that man in your house, that is practical proper. The chemistry practical. If you mix some chemical anyhow in chemistry lab and fire, just say, Pwah! You jump back. That's the thing. So that is your practical. I can forgive. When the woman offends you, let us say you forgive now. All the forgiveness you have been preaching and the ticket and be making noise about, practical has arrived. When the person says, oh no, I know, nothing moves me, I don't get offended, let them offend you. They speak one word, now you hit the roof. Practical. Where's your practical now? Is it making sense to you? Because when they say, because those people are your closest neighbor, that spouse, that is your neighbor. Now, pastor, that you see, good afternoon, sir. Your closest neighbor is that spouse. There is no marriage in heaven, nor giving marriage. But that woman, that man can determine whether you will get to heaven or not. Because when she offends, you don't forgive. Where are you going? When she steps on your toe, you refuse to let go. When you have something good, you don't share it. And then you say, the person who doesn't, if you see the word's goods and you have it and you don't share, then it's not good. Where is your practical? Let's see. And you know the good side of that practical. Every time you pass that practical, that person is building your spiritual muscles. That is the reward. Your spiritual muscles are being built. So that's why 1 Timothy 7:8 says, 1 Timothy chapter 4, 7-8. He said, exercise yourself in godliness. So when they whine, women don't be whining, no. Some men whine too. They just be whining. The Bible says it's better to live on rooftop than live with a woman who is just whining, you know. So that person is building your spiritual muscle. God will help us in Jesus' name. And you know the summary of it where we close. He said, 1 Peter 3:7. He said we must deal with them with understanding so that our prayers will not be hindered. You know, you think all you are seeing is just physical. She abused me. I curse her back. This. The devil don't want your prayers answered. That's the bottom line of devil. So if you want to grow, and you know, they've shown me that families who stay together, they are richer than the ones who separate. I'm done. Stand up on your feet. The school of marriage. Just remember, when the things are happening, I'm in school. And I must make it in this school.